Hello Destinies, and welcome to another episode of Disabled Destiny, where today we're not discussing gaming or anything YouTube related. We are discussing another condition which I've had since I was a boy, and that was sleep paralysis. And I want to kind of share with you this surprisingly common but very unspoken of condition where people will wake up in their sleeps and they won't be able to move, all their muscles are paralysed, which is fine. Except it isn't, because it's terrifying. And if you have the more progressive states of it, most people will experience the lower grade sleep paralysis at one point in their life where they will wake up and not be able to move. That's frightening enough. But then to be able to see and hear things in your room, in your most intimate area of your home is your room, where you sleep. Because especially as you grow older, as a kid you're just thinking you're seeing spooky shit. But as you grow older you're thinking, okay, is this sleep paralysis, or is there a burglar in my room, or is there someone coming to attack me? It really is frightening. And I think I'm going to recount some of the symptoms I have. It always starts off with the same kind of, feels like I'm being dragged down through the bed, through the stomach. That's how heavy my body feels. And then there's like a radio static in my ear to begin with. And then that's when you start hearing the voices, or you start to hear disturbances around the room. Always, never usually directly in front of you do you first see these, but with me anyway. I will hear someone running up on the padded carpet behind me, right behind my ear. And then they'll be laughing. Like, not a nice laugh, not like, you're asleep and you can't move. It's sinister shit, like, almost like, that thing out of Star Wars? The Jabba the Hutt sort of fucking thing. Yeah, a bit like that. But then there was this one time in uni where I saw a woman leering over me, over my bed, and she plunged her hand into my chest, and it's almost like I could feel her fingertips clenching around my heart. And of course I can't breathe at the same time, at least I don't think I can breathe. It doesn't feel like I can intake breath. And I genuinely thought, shit, is this it? Is this the way I'm going? Because I could genuinely feel myself slipping. And it wasn't until my chest convulsed so violently that I took a huge intake of breath. I stopped, and I was awake, and it wasn't a false awakening. Those are the worst. Like, when you think you've broken out of it, but in fact you haven't. You think, oh great, I got that over with. And then you realise, oh shit, actually, no, I still can't move. Bollocks. It's one of those things. And, people say it's scientific, other people say it's supernatural. Why can't it be both? Yeah, it's science that your body stops moving at night, but why wouldn't that be an opportune time for anything supernatural to attack? I myself think it's scientific, but I'd like to think there's a supernatural edge to it, because why is sleep paralysis hallucinations never nice? Why don't we see rainbows and unicorns and leprechauns and Lucky Charms? It's always crazy, crazy shit. Like a man in a coat and a hat in the corner, standing in my doorway, knocking on the door. Things like Gollum crawling around the ceiling, sitting on the edge of my wardrobe. Just, it's crazy. But one thing, which my advice to you is, get a regular sleep schedule, stick to it. Any irregularity is bound to be a trigger for it. Don't drink booze before you go to bed. Don't drink a lot of booze before you go to bed. I was horrendous for that at uni. Avoid any kind of stimulants, nicotine, caffeine before you go to bed. Try and sleep on your side. And what I tend to do now is I tend to put a pretty chunky book behind my back whilst I'm on my side, so I don't roll over onto it, so I kind of stay on my side. That gives me a good night's sleep. Um, yeah, it's pretty funky. And one thing also, always try to remain calm. I know it's easier said than done, because trying to remain calm in that situation is nigh on impossible, because you're seeing shit that you don't see every day, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, okay, keep calm, but there's Gollum spitting on my forehead. Brr, what do I do? One thing I always learn to do, try and wiggle your toes. Try and wiggle your toes, and that kind of speeds the thing up, because sleep paralysis in reality doesn't last that long. It only lasts a couple of seconds, but due to the slowed down perception of time in the sleep state, we think this is going on for minutes. It's not. It's literally 2-3 seconds at most. The only reason we're paralysed is that we don't act out our dreams. I think it goes back to our days when we were monkeys or apes, you know, so we didn't jump out of the trees. It's just something that's hardwired into us, but it's a weird malfunction. So guys, what I'd like for you to do in this video is by all means share it, because I think it needs a bit more awareness, do you know what I mean? And I want you to comment whether or not you ever had this yourself, and tell me your experiences. I'd love to hear from you. By all means, near the end of the video, in fact it should be coming out about now, if not sooner after, click on my handsome face, subscribe to the channel, check out another video on the playlist. Now tomorrow I'm having my sleep apnea home clinic thing done, so I'm going to come on here all hooked up talking about sleep apnea and how sexy I'm going to be looking, and yeah, we'll talk about that tomorrow, because that's I don't sleep well. Okay, Destinies, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at DisabledDestiny, and I'll see you in the next one. Also, think I've got an Instagram account? Not sure. Gonna have to check on that in the next video. But take care guys, and I'll see you in the next one. And as always, be kind.